In the previous video, we understood how a campaign is planned from scratch. Now let's move one step forward. What do you actually present to a client during a pitch? In this video, I'll show you how to present digital advertising spends, industry-specific trends, and audience behavior in a way that builds trust and shows strategic clarity. When we are presenting to a client, assume you're doing a pitch and you give them an overall structure, right? Saying that digital advertising spends in India. Right now, we're talking from an Indian client perspective. What all things you need to tell clients, right? Just digital spends at a glance. This is just the numbers I've taken from a perspective. I've taken 2019 DAN report. You can keep the updated reports as whichever year you are working with, whichever year you are in. Okay, so now the next piece is again digital advertising spends in India. So what we do here is we give an overall general view to the client as to how the digital ad spend is in India, what are the numbers. So this is more about talking about the numbers at a glance, right? So depends whichever year you are in, you can take those reports. There are various reports done by third party. In this case, I've taken a DAN report of 2019 just to showcase you that what all data points you normally serve when you're presenting it to a client. In this case, what I've done is I've taken the DAN report and I'm just putting it out there saying that which all, when, where all the overall digital spends are going, right? In this case, I've given a bifurcation saying that, okay, 25% of the overall digital spends goes into search, 21% goes into display, 20% into video, 29% into social media, and 5% into classified. So this is just an overview to just make client aware about the digital ad ecosystem, where all things are going and what's the kind of money all the platforms are getting, right? Then what we do is we deep dive into breaking up into industry-wise digital ad spend. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing clients saying that, okay, these are the various industry client spends. It happens FMCG, as per that report, it is X amount, that is 28% of your total digital spend goes is actually done by FMCG, followed by e-commerce, then consumer durable, BFSI, telecom, auto, retail, media entertainment, and others, right? So what happens is if a client is in FMCG category, they clearly know that, okay, that's one of the most dominating category which is spending on digital. And then on the other side, what I'm showing is FMCG category has lion's share spend on digital media. It's taken by video 33%, followed by social media and display. So we are clearly giving a direction to a client saying that as an industry, if you're in FMCG, video is really dominating. So good amount of FMCG clients are spending on video, right? So this clearly shows here that a good chunk of the money is spent on video, this part, right? Followed by, in this case, is social media. So social media is the blue color, right? And then your display, which is like orange color, right? So this is what you are preparing client, that this is what happens in the industry, more or less what's the kind of revenue spend, campaign or advertising spend happens across the kind of platform, right? And then what you do is understanding our TG's online behavior. So now, based on the client's brief, they would have given you that what are the target audience you are going to target through those advertising or product it is. So now you give your perspective. In this case, assume it's youth, right? So what internet means to them. You give them all the data available. Please make sure you keep it in mind that you put a source out there, because it is very critical to have a source, because when you're discussing during the presentation or a pitch, client might ask some more information. So if you have source ready, if you have reports in handy, obviously you can share on the fly as to what all questions the clients are asking. In this case, I have just taken examples just to show it to you how it really works. What we are taking example is youth here. So technically what are we trying to say is what all things you do on digital in their entire day or a month's time when they are on digital, right? So here we are saying that we're giving a mapping, right? 9% my own personal space, that's what you spend on. 9% making new connections and friend, 11% freedom of expression, 8% pursue my passion and hobby and career, 23% exposure to the world, 8% surfing online, connected to friends, fun, keeping informed, organizing life, learnings, new opportunities, and platform for fame, right? It can be Instagram, it can be Twitter, it can be TikTok, or whatever it is. And then where they do access their internet from, right? 32% from mobile, 26% from own laptop. Some of them do have desktop, some of them have a shared laptop either with their parents or with the siblings. Cyber cafes obviously used to be there, but now really don't, but there are still some places they do exist. And 3% from tablet and 2% from side mobile, right? So this is just to give an overall perspective that what is your TG doing online and how they're consuming content on digital, right? So here again we are breaking up further, saying that okay, 36% on social media, 33% helps me to connect it to my friends and family. That's what they believe in. 31% keeps updated with the news. They want to know what's happening either through Twitter. 29% is entertainment. 24% helps me to get information. Gaming is 23 and help me to keep tracks of things, reminder notes and everything, right? So they use different kind of apps, and that's why they go on digital, and that's how they keep updated. So this is just to give an overview and to give an understanding about what the TG is really spending. Your TG can be parents, your TG can be youth, your TG can be male only or a female only or a particular region. Completely depends upon the objective and the product of the client. But you need to just give an overall present information about what all those TGs are doing online. Once you've presented the big picture numbers and audience insights, the next step is critical, showing clients how the brand fits into this entire media landscape. In the next video, we'll explore a complete media planning framework, a structure most agencies use to bring all elements together. Follow along in the playlist. We're just getting into the real strategy.